Hi, I'm Mika Truman, and welcome to my Patreon as well as YouTube. I'm also on Rumble, and you can also find me on MeWe, and you can always find me on fsma.life. So, I was shown some really interesting information. We are to a point of the spring equinox. Here it is March. It is about new life. It's about where we've had this cold, dreaded time of winter where we're getting out of that energy. And you're going to start seeing a lot of energy as far as life and plants, and they're starting to pop out of the ground. The trees are starting to bud. What about your life? How does the spring equinox affect you in your world? Well, Spirit was showing me that this is where we possibly very strongly could see things really start to evolve and change. As far as Spirit was showing me lots of family time, lots of traveling. I know you're thinking traveling, that's interesting, traveling. But I even get where we very well could see this year and even into summer where we're flying again, where the airlines are busy, people are flying internationally. We very well could see lots of road trips and spending time with, either their blood family or even family by choice. But I really do get friends and family is really, really going to start becoming the new thing. And also, don't forget like food and picnics and going out, because I get even a flourish and lots of businesses reopening. Not only reopening, but I was shown new businesses evolving. And remember, if you are looking at starting up a business, you could not pick a better time. We have about a 2-year, 1.5-year window where if you're looking at starting up a business, now's the time. You want to do it. You may not see this kind of energy ever in your whole entire life as far as being so supportive on starting up a business, new beginnings. So it's a really great, fantastic time. We are also being shown where everything that we have been talking about with this new world, where you very well may see that going into the end of March, going into April, and onward for the rest of the year, we're in it. It's happening. What about real estate? Real estate is very interesting. I was shown that a lot of it depends on where you live, of course, but Spirit was showing like a lot of growth and homes and buildings and enterprises and building about building homes, building like the building, not just necessarily moving into the pre-existing, although there will be some. You may very well see like a big growth in the whole world within homes, businesses, buildings, sky rises, all of it. Spirit was showing me just lots of growth, which is good. We need it. We need things to kind of go back to the way that it was. And I see that so very strongly. And people working together and loving each other and just feeling like, okay, I'm out of this winter blues. I see that changing. But I get this has to do with every aspect of your life in some way, where Spirit was showing me a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, people finding their happiness again. And I do get a lot of energy around that, which is good, but I do get that it's going to come in really super strong. And that's what this spring equinox is showing that it's really all about. And that we're at a time of really looking at our lives from a whole different, greater perspective. And spirituality. Watch your spirituality and watch those around you, where I see people coming together. They're helping each other. They're being nice to each other. I know, I think it's been a while since we saw that, but I do see it where everybody's being nice and loving and caring and all of that great stuff. But I see that it's happening and where they're caring about someone else rather than themselves. So we're at really significant times. What about relationships? Within the spring equinox, relationships are changing. They're not the same. And I see people coming together and really realizing, okay, we're in this together. It's just not you or I, it's us uniting and us really facing all of our world issues as one. So I see us at really good times as far as a collective and everybody looking out for each other and helping each other. I do get a lot of energy around a lot of new healing techniques, healing ways, different kind of treatments that are coming out, which feels really natural, which feels more in join with your body. One could say holistic, natural, because it does kind of have those flavors. But I also see this being like on a medical level too. Remember, we talked about changing the whole medical system. And I do get a lot of energy around that. Remember, we talked about we may see a time of where hospitals may be totally changing how they treat people. This is where I get we're at. So kind of keep an eye on that. We're headed for some really good, interesting times. So we are so close to this new beginning, and just know this weekend with the spring equinox, it's powerful and it's good. And I get that it carries such good, loving energy. So kind of keep an eye on it, because I get that it is going to be so good. Better than what you could think of, better than what you really could imagine. And going into the Easter time, and it's not about whether or not you celebrate. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with time of year and within spring and birth. That's what it's about. And you could really manifest. Now's the time to manifest. Now is the time to use the planets to help you and assist you. What about writing things down? Right now we have a lot of Mercury. Writing things down. I wouldn't recommend burning after you write them down. It would be really fantastic to put them on the south part of your wall. Why? Because the south promotes growth. And when you manifest and when you put it on that area, in that area of your property, of your home, it really allows it to grow. And you could bury this, because what do you do with your thoughts, your desires? Flowers, we plant them. And then they bloom, and then they blossom. That's what the spring equinox and this energy is about. So use this time wisely. Create your future. What do you really want? We're at powerful times. Like I said, you will never see this around ever. And it's all about you creating what you want. And don't forget, you need to get specific, very specific. When you would like it to happen, how you would like it. Get specific around the type of person that you want, what kind of relationship that you want. Be specific. I've seen way too many times when somebody will put out an order, I don't care, as long as they just love me and we get along and we're happy. Okay, think twice about what you ask for. They may be totally opposite than what you may be attracted to. Details matter here. So I just want to share about this beautiful time of year and create your world, because we're in a phenomenal time. And remember, the sky's the limit. So blessings to you. And don't forget, like, subscribe, please share. And you can find me on Rumble. You can find me on Patreon, YouTube platform, and you can always find me on fsma.life. Until next time, take care.